What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be capping the stringers. We're cutting out the wood and then gluing it down. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. But before we get to capping those stringers, I am going to go ahead and cut out two pieces to sit on top of the engine mount here that will connect it to the sides of the stringers. Holy crap, that was a close call. Lesson learned, guys, never pull the wood away from that back wall of the saw. Alright, good news and bad news. Good news is, I haven't cut my hand off yet. Bad news is, on this piece right here, I cut it the wrong way. Actually, the opposite of how I needed to cut it. It needed to be lower on this right side and higher on that left side as it goes up the hole. So that is the opposite of what is needed there. So I was definitely not thinking straight on that. But I think what I'm going to do, instead of trying to cut that little slope out there, I think I'm just going to shove a wedge in there and then leave this flat on the bottom and just slide it right in like that. But I'm going to cut out a new piece of this since obviously I cut that out wrong. And then we'll be on our way. See, now that wasn't so bad. Golly, that only took a second. I should have done that to begin with. My goodness. Now these bad boys just fit in there perfectly. Yeah, there's still a tiny gap down there, but honestly, that's like the perfect amount of gap for squeezing all that peanut butter in there. Otherwise, I mean, without that, that'd be a lot of peanut butter just chilling in there. So that'll save me a little bit of resin right there. Alright, so next step, gluing those bad boys in. One last little step here I did before gluing them in is I took the sander and I beveled that edge right there so it'll be nice and easy to fiberglass over. So sanded, not sanded. Sanded, not. Alrighty, they are glued in. Now that means we are done with cutting out the bulkheads and engine mounts and gluing them all in. We are done with that phase, guys. Now the next step is we're going to work on capping the stringers and then building this gas tank floor. So first thing I got to do is take some measurements for the stringers and then start cutting out the plywood for it. Alright guys, we got the first cap piece cut out, so now it's time to see how it's going to fit right here on the stringer. With the cap into position on top of the stringers, we can see that the measurements were just right and it fits just how it needs to. Now that we got that first piece cut out and it fits, let's go ahead and cut the rest out. Man, this is looking nice. I'm really happy with this, guys. It's fitting perfectly. Only thing I gotta do here is just make one little minor adjustment. This was sort of curving out too much, so I'll cut a little bit off there, and I'll straighten up this cut a little bit. And then we'll do the sanding, and then we are gonna glue these in. Man, this is awesome. I'm really happy right now. It's like, here we are 3 months into the project and it's finally starting to come together, you know? Man, I just can't stop staring at it. I gotta wake myself up, keep making progress. Alright, we made our final cuts here and sanded off the edges. I also made little cutouts for the caps that'll go over the bulkheads to be able to rest on the stringers just a little bit. So as last finishing touches on it, now we're ready to go ahead and start gluing these down with the peanut butter. So let's go ahead and get to it. Alrighty, it is done. You can see the stringers are capped. The caps are glued down now. All of them are dry except for that last one in the front left corner there. Let me tell you guys, I couldn't be happier. This turned out really well. And it is nighttime, so we're gonna call it a day, but I'm happy I just made more progress, you know, one step closer. So we'll come back in the morning, and what we're gonna be working on is the floor for the bottom of the gas tank. And that is where we're gonna end today's video, guys. I wanna say thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. And I also want to give a huge shout out to 123 subscribers. Woo! You guys are awesome, and that's going to do it for today. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.